Good morning, Vietnam. Oh, no, that's another film. Good morning, YouTube. And welcome to Resistance is Fertile. Let me see if I can get a better picture here. All right. That's better. It's a kind of what the papers say combined with a message to the resistance. Three Steak, good morning. That's you, that is. The resistance isn't an organization. There's no WhatsApp group. There isn't a Facebook group. You can't join it. There's no paperwork. I'm not its leader. Good morning and good for 110. Super genius. We, you, I, anybody else, all individuals are individually empowered and entitled to resist anything they don't like, anywhere, anytime, forever. Your right to resist is not given to you. It's not something that's written down by the UN. It's not something that some cult leader fomented in their head and distributed on a manifesto. It is something that lives inside you. It's something inside you that makes you go, wait a minute, I'm not doing that. Fuck you. And I've got it. I've got resistance. I've got resistance a lot. I feel it. It's big and hard and long. And I'm going to use my resistance on the world. You might think resistance is the other way around, that the world's doing things to you and you resist. But in fact, resistance is what happens to something as it tries to do something. My resistance is going to happen to the world in a big way. Bigly, in a bigly way. And since I'm in Scotland, I'll give you my perspective from the point of view as an individual who lives in Scotland. Dr. Super Genius. Resist, yes. Oh, no, Daddy, no. So, in Scotland, they're closing the pubs again. I could give a fuck, except that's where I used to play live music. I'm not really big on mental castration with the old... so, you know, it's not really a biggie for me. But this tyranny, this dictatorship, this government by diktat just can't be allowed to continue unopposed. Now, unlike David Icke and the lizard spotting people of the 5G craze and the Piers Corbyn morons, I'm not into a Hyde Park rally. I'm really not. I'm not into demonstrating. Thrust your resistance deep into them. Yes, take my resistance. Take it. No, my resistance is more on a personal irritate the fuck out of them and put them to the trouble of exposing themselves for the fascist, totalitarian, dictating tossers that they are. So you can start, if you like. Right? You could do worse than get yourself one of these. I'm in rude health. No mask, no test, no vax, rude health. I will sell you one if you can't make yourself one. If you're in America, you can get one on Cafe Press. If you're anywhere else in the world, private message me. I will sell you one for not very much money. And the other thing you can do is don't wear a mask. Wearing a mask is not compulsory. It's not a law. In fact, you know, in most territories that I'm aware of, you can just say, I'm exempt. And I do. I don't wear a mask, and I put people to the trouble of saying, are you exempt from wearing a mask? Or do you have your mask? And I put them to that trouble because I am the resistance. I resist wearing a mask. And until they fucking hold me down and put one on my face, I will not be fucking wearing one. Getting a little worked up there. That's resistance. I feel the resistance. I feel the resistance deep inside me. I draw upon its well of energy. And so, about the confusion, this is the headline in today's paper in Scotland. Confusion over illogical alcohol ban. I think that should say, for me, if this was my newspaper, I would say confusion over why people put up with this shit. I'm confused. Why are you putting up with this shit, people? Why are you putting up with this shit? You know, Scotland is run by two people. You think you have a representative democracy wherever you live. I know people delude themselves of that wherever they are. America, Britain, and so on. In Scotland, we're being run by the crankies. Nicola Sturgeon and her strangely alluring father figure partner, who may or may not wish for her to dress up like a little schoolboy in the privacy of their own home. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. Anyway, these people run the fucking country. They do. There's no... the SNP does not have some sort of fluid democratic process whereby you can make your wishes known and put them to the party and have them voted on and they become law. No, Mr. and Mrs. Cranky sit down fiddling with each other's bits at night and go, oh, and another thing, do you know what? Another thing I would really like. What if we did that? Oh, do you know what I think? I think we should do this. This is fucking government by fucking diktat. And so, anyway, on with the resistance. This is also an act of resistance. Talking to you about what you can do and spreading the word so that you can resist also is an act of resistance. This pandemic is bullshit. The World Health Organization released figures and the infection to mortality rate is 0.1. The dead bodies are not piling up anywhere. Tell everyone you know, this is a load of pish. Scientifically pish, it's, you know, demographically pish. It's just not killing everybody it infects. This paper is full of the word cases. This paper is full of stories about, oh, Europe's seeing a surge in cases. Oh, cases are up in Singapore. Oh, cases. I've got a case of wine in my house. It doesn't mean I'm an alcoholic. Yeah? You know, a case doesn't mean anything. Talking about cases is pish. It's a fucking, it's a conjurer's trick. Look, cases, spot the cases, spot the cases, spot the cases. And now where are the cases? Good on you, Dr. Super Genius. Okay, let's do some of the what the papers say. I promise you, there are dick jokes coming. Boris Johnson's choice to lead the World Trade Organization has been eliminated from the race. Former Cabinet Minister Liam Fox had been backed to be the head of the World Trade Organization. The shortlist now boils down to Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala of Nigeria and Yoo Hung Lee of South Korea. Now, if the Nigerian guy gets to be head of the World Trade Organization, your country can look forward to receiving a series of emails that say something like, you're having won the lottery. All you have to do is give me a small fee to process the payment. Or another email that says, a large World Trade Organization grant is coming to your country. We just need to process the arrangement fee. Or, you have inherited the World Trade Organization. Please send me... I am off for a bus today, thank you. Yes, the Nigerian World Trade Organization will be sending your country a series of alluring emails telling you you've won the lottery, inherited vast sums of money, and you just need to give the World Trade Organization fiscal powers over your country. Or borrow some money so that they can leverage your industry and privatize it. On behalf of, you know, efficiency and stuff. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, also known as Harry the Bastard and Meghan the Princely Cocksucker, they're joining an education campaign by Malala Yousaf to discuss the barriers facing girls around the world who are not in school. Which is, you know, it's good of Prince Harry to do that because he went to school. You know, the most expensive school in the world, paid for by the subjects of his family. It's good that he is interested in girls who are not going to school. I wonder if he'll be asking her for a pussy pic or showing him his penis on the webcam, or if Meghan will remind him that should stay in Vegas. Harry, put your clothes back on. It's not that kind of video chat. A pair of wankers, really. A pair of wankers. The Sussexes, virtue signalling cunts. It's a pity they've left this country, because should the people of Britain rise up and string the royal family from the lampposts, those are two we will miss. Damn. People in Northern Ireland face higher coronavirus fines for not wearing a mask, starting at £200. Now, I don't want to joke about the Irish being stupid, so I'll joke about all of you being stupid. Anyone in the world who doesn't just say, I'm exempt, is stupid. How can there be people there fining? You're not wearing a mask. No, I don't want to. Well, you'll be fined. Oh dear. Okay then. There's a difference between resistance and surrender. I am not going to be stupid enough, I hope, to become arrested, detained, or fall into the clutches of the powers that be. I am resisting, I'm not fomenting revolution. I'm not storming the barricades. I'll leave that to people who are better armed. Closer to civil war than the UK. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, but I don't think America's going to string them up. I'm not sure if they're on the list. Are they? Tory rebels in the UK plot to foil legislation on house building, but not for new coronavirus restrictions. Girl 16 is made Prime Minister for a day in Finland. Ava Merto was handed power for 24 hours by the country's Prime Minister. Speaking from the Prime Minister's seat in Parliament, she said, I would just like to say, Mother, I'm having you arrested and I've bought everybody a pair of shoes. No, she didn't say that. Dinny, how you doing, man? Long time no see. Are you up early or have I started this a bit late? Air pollution breaching legal limits in 3/4 of the UK. In many parts of the country, pollution is back to pre-COVID levels. Well, so much for the green revolution then. So much for the new world, the new green tinged turquoise. Greige then, alright, slightly yellow, green revolution. Not really green, not a deep green, just a sort of light green revolution. So much for that. Now, in my opinion, higher, breached legal limits should be grounds for suing in the same way as if your employer let people smoke in your face. In fact, I would rather breathe your second-hand tobacco smoke. Actually, I'd rather breathe straightforward first-hand tobacco smoke than I would nitrous oxide from the exhausts of diesel vehicles. I really would. If you live next to a main road, you are slowly being poisoned. Anybody familiar with the products of combustion of the fossil fuel engine will tell you these are poison machines on wheels. See all the chemtrailers out there? You're fucking morons. You're looking in the wrong fucking direction. You are surrounded by poison generating chemtrail fucking machinery produced on a vast scale and distributed for profit around the world, unnecessarily, I might add. We've never needed mass personal transit. Henry Ford and the Rockefellers cooked it up to sell us oil. All right, Trump could still take on Biden after ruling out a remote debate. Yeah, Trump doesn't want a virtual debate. I think Trump actually would like to rock'em sock'em. Rock'em sock'em. Never mind the talking. Why don't we just watch these nearly octogenarian twats punch each other's lights out? Honestly, it would be just as good as the debate they had. I mean, what have they got to say? Vote for me. Vote for me. No, don't vote for him. He's an idiot. No, he's an idiot. Why not just punch each other? Hand out some weapons. I'd go for a medieval joust, right? Let's have them both ride their women on all fours as they joust each other with the American flag dangling from a spear. And if they then have at each other with, I don't know. President hails experimental acting as his acting as a cure for COVID. He said that his acting was far more comprehensive than other Americans were able to do. I don't subscribe necessarily to the conspiracy theory that Donald Trump faked having it or that he was given it. I just find it's funnier to think about what we're not being told than what we are being told. And if Donald Trump is a super spreader, then surely, many more people would have it. Pence and Harris avoid pitfalls to show their leadership qualities. I didn't watch the debate because it's an irrelevant sideshow, but I couldn't help noticing, because of media coverage, that Mike Pence had a fly land on his head. And there's a few spoofs and memes about that. And if anybody's wondering where the fly came from that landed on Mike Pence's head, it was up Satan's ass when Pence was up there eating Satan's bumhole out to get the shit that he talks. Mike Pence isn't a spiritual guy. Mike Pence doesn't represent goodness. The right-wing evangelical Christian cult of America isn't a good, nice, generous, warm-hearted, compassionate cult. These people are Satan's little cocksuckers, and he's been right up Satan's ass to get the shit that he talks. Don't let this man have anything to do with your life. I wouldn't let him look after my dog. Mike Pence. House parties, a fear and worry for Scottish officials. A bit of Scottish news here, but it goes to the heart of the whole, why are we letting our government rule us? Governments were supposed to represent us, not rule us. Kings, queens, presidents, despots, sultans, they're people who rule. Governments are supposed to represent us. Jason Leach, the Scottish Government's National Clinical Director and a commie fucking alien cunt, says that the prospect of people gathering in each other's homes was a fear and a worry. Gathering in each other's homes, a fear and a worry to your government. Resistance is fertile. Spread the resistance. Spread the resistance. Resistance is fertile, as in if you resist, and you're an example to people of what resistance is and how it can be done, they will see it and they too will resist. So, spread it around. Plant the seed. Okay, United Kingdom coronavirus news. Chris Whitty, who is part of the government's SAGE scientific advisory group, he says that ventilator cases, there's that word again, ventilator cases may pass an April peak in 3 weeks, as in there may be as many people on a ventilator within 3 weeks as there were in April when the scamdemic started. And so what? So what? What about that? This is the man who told us that there were going to be 50,000 cases a day because of some doubling that was happening in infections. And that didn't happen. So, why would we believe this bullshitting cunt? And also, Chris Whitty, how about you and the NHS do your fucking job? How about you look after sick people and we'll go about our lives? How about that, eh? How about that for an idea? I'm just having an idea. We pay the NHS to look after sick people. They get on with it. I go about my life. Hey, it's just an idea. I know it's crazy, but what? Am I supposed to put my fucking life on hold every time there's an epidemic of flu? Oh no, the NHS are having to work. Good. Go to fucking work. Do your fucking job. I'll get on with my life. You get on with your life. And I won't worry about you, and you won't worry about me. European news. Bonjour. Allo, allo. Guten Tag. Ciao. Buongiorno. Holidaymakers must provide proof they are COVID-free. Dun, 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 dun. Now, how are you going to do that? You'll have to take the test. Because at the moment there's no vaccine. But let's fast forward a little into the future, shall we? How do you think you'll be proving you are COVID-free, say in a year's time, in a world where we've pumped out that pharma goo and it's available and there are people at the airport? Are you planning to travel, sir? Planning to travel, sir? If you'd just like to roll up your sleeves, sir, because how are you going to prove you're COVID-free in the future? I would say with the vaccine or its certificate. Italy is stipulating arrivals will not be allowed into the country unless they have passed a test or agree to a test upon arrival. So, if you haven't had the vaccine, sir, that's okay. We can shoot you with it when you land. I won't be flying anywhere or crossing a border, apparently. Perhaps that's the plan. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm having the strangest dream. Imagine they actually wanted to stop you having any freedom at all. Lockdown order from Madrid. The court in Spain overturned the government who wished to impose lockdown because of cases. There's that word again. Cases. Cases are everywhere. There's just so many cases. Shoppers in Stockholm can trade in a moth-eaten jumper or hold socks for a brand new sweater or other item of clothing made from the same fibres, as they installed a pioneering clothing recycling machine in one of its shops. You bring in your old clothing and it's taken apart and a new piece of clothing is made. Wow, that's awesome. I wonder if there'll be a line of Ariana Grande's underwear made into face masks or something of the ilk. I can't imagine, how that's going to. Like, what will you want? Can I have my jumper again? How is that helping? Can I have my here's my jumper. Give me another jumper. And we are coming to the end of it. Number 10's incompetence drives support for the SNP. I think that's a fact. Here in Scotland, support for the SNP and for independence is going up as people gaze open-jawed at Boris Johnson's incompetence, and his style of leadership is a bit like some fat old Etonian chump. Because that's what he is. He cannot be but anything that he is. He is a fat old Etonian chump. Mumbling Greek. Well, that is just about it for the newspaper today. So to recap then, international news, Trump will not virtual debate, and nor will we get to see Trump or Biden ride their wives bareback across a studio floor, jousting with American flag lances. That's a shame, because I'd pay to see that. In European news, you will soon have to prove you don't have COVID to go anywhere. What a wonderful world. And in the UK, people are confused as to why the government has chosen to close bars and shops and restaurants when there is no scientific evidence at all that that works or will reduce cases. Let's not even go to the death thing, because 5 people died in Scotland yesterday who had COVID. I think 5 people died in total. I mean, maybe somebody offed themselves on when a bus hit a low bridge or something as well. Resistance is fertile. Don't wear a mask. Tell them you're exempt. Don't be mean. Don't get arrested. refuse the test. If that means you can't go on holiday, tough shit. You know, it's inconvenient, I know. Tell your friends, tell your family. The death rate is below that of even an epidemic, never mind a pandemic. This is scientifically, factually, demographically, statistically not a pandemic. Dead people are not piling up anywhere. Constant use of the word cases is fear-mongering pish. And you should all tell everybody you know we're being lied to, hoodwinked and bamboozled for ulterior purposes, perhaps connected to the end of the world because of climate change and the desire for one world government headed by the UN. Da, 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 da. Get your Rude Health t-shirt from me or make your own. Message me. You can buy it in America on Cafe Press, or just message me. I'll sell you one. Or I will send you the image and you can have one printed. 5 people. Oh no! It's a shame because I was looking forward to breeding with my sister. She's really hot, but apparently that will never be needed. Shame. Have a great day. I'm going to. See you next time.